And we're back. Time for another Strange Aeons session. Before we get going, quick little announcement. I've discontinued the Dragon Age game because I just wasn't enjoying running it anymore. We'd had too many dropped weeks when not enough people turned up and things like that, and it just wasn't becoming fun. So I still like the setting overall. I like the rules, I just wasn't enjoying the way the campaign was going. So now, this campaign will be going to once a week, and hopefully that will improve a lot for players. They won't be wondering what's going on each week. And we're all good to go. Now, Glenn, I'm aware that you were not able to be here for all of the session last time, so a reminder for you. I know we filled you in on the basics, but I'm going to give everyone some big out-of-character reminders of important things to be aware of that you've all experienced in character very recently. Alright? So you've assaulted Fort Hale Course once again unsuccessfully. However, you did fell a lot of the fishmen. You know the dogs are still barking in the yard and they sound really angry. You know that 2 of the fishmen didn't even use weapons. And one hulking brute of a fishman that didn't even use weapons managed to outright kill your new party member in 2 blows. In rather rapid succession. It was pretty disgusting. He was fully healthy, he got hit, then he got hit again, and he wasn't alive anymore.
I basically didn't get a go because it went in initiative. It has a surprise round. I never got to and it's high initiative. We went back to his initiative, but until I got to me, I was already dead.
You're also aware that the shapeshifter is still in there, but it's very badly damaged. And that one of the fishmen appears to be a spellcaster. He has, on multiple occasions now, summoned up an electrical crackling energy field around his body. I'm not sure if any of you have fully experienced what that does yet, but it sounds unhealthy, and it probably feels rather unhealthy as well. Furthermore, I heard you about to start speaking then, Evan. I heard the intake of breath. Knew it was you. Furthermore, you've all discovered that the Lesser Restoration spell can reduce madness instead of restoring actual ability scores to characters. This is now an established fact. Not everyone has necessarily picked up on this, but I am reminding you all now, as some of you may very much need it. Now, the reduction of madness is a gradual process, and I'd better close that. Right, yeah. Just closing Discord.
I was able to buy us some time to escape by summoning a horse into the middle of the enemies. And on a different occasion, a squid.
Yeah, Eric almost died as well, but he almost killed the shapeshifter, which had taken the form of Winter Klajka, but it clearly didn't know about the armbands, although it might have worked it out now.
Yeah.
Well, we just switch it to another arm.
Glenn, I'd like you to make a knowledge dungeoneering check, because you were present, but not as a player at the time.
I don't know if I have knowledge engineering.
I don't know if you have either, but everyone else does.
Local or religion or arcana.
You can make one for Lady Catherine if she's got it. Otherwise, it's not a biggie.
Religion and planes. No, I got almost everything else covered.
Okay. So you've all fallen back to Holissa's house, where Winter Klajka is in hiding, because the shapeshifter in the fort tried to abduct her and fool her into going up there. And she managed to find an excuse to escape.
Which is good on her.
Yeah.
And
That's pretty much everything covered, except now I have to work out how to introduce Paul's new character. Great. Okay. I got it. Paul.
Yes.
The Count Hasselton Lowes IV. I remembered without being able to find it. Who has ruled over this town for quite some time now, has for the last few years been purchasing obscure volumes. That is, he's been buying rare and unusual books that deal with philosophy or metaphysical matters. It's the kind of thing that you are interested in.
Okay.
And he's been, there's been a number of times when you've been in an old bookshop and, gone to ask about a book that you asked them to get in for you, and they said, oh, yeah, someone else came and bought that actually. They shouldn't have sold it, I know, or you paid extra or something, for whatever reason. This guy has come to your attention as a collector of esoteric knowledge. And judging from the titles he's been studying, you're not sure entirely what he's up to, but this goes beyond normal academic interest. This is like an obsessive level of collection.
Maybe I have to pay this guy a visit, I'm not sure.
Now, he's actually got a bit of a reputation, okay, in the academic community as a bit of a crackpot, and they don't take him too seriously. And he keeps purchasing new books or old manuscripts in the hope of finding things that will back up his claims or theories. So he's kind of an amateur academic rather than a professional one.
I understand.
He did go to university and study, and well, you don't know that he necessarily did very well. So he might have a bit of a chip on his shoulder or something. So you have a reason for being in this town.
Okay.
You're also aware that things have been getting worse and worse. The Count has left town now, and and
that's the excuse you're giving. He left town.
Yeah. He left town, and his mansion is on shutdown. The staff aren't letting anyone in, and the fortress that oversees the safety and doorkeeping for town has also been closed down in his absence. Townspeople are becoming worried. There's been some deaths recently. There was a few dead bodies left out in the street. And the Sleepless Detective Agency, who are doing what they can to try and maintain law and order, are kind of feeling a bit overwhelmed at the moment.
Not to mention that group of people who are I won't name.
Oh!
From town with a woman who didn't want to go anywhere and a dead body.
Oh yeah. There's also
We have the dead body quite well covered. Thank you.
Hold on. There's also been some kind of incident at the asylum on the island in the middle of the lake. Whatever it is, the place is, structurally unsound, and about 100 mental patients have been brought onto the mainland and are being stowed in the old chapel where the town's priestess disappeared recently. They're being looked after by a few of the asylum staff, and they were accompanied by a young priestess of Pharasma who has been looking after them recently. Also, accompanying them were a bunch of Count Lowes' staff who have a bad reputation in town. They've been in bar fights, they've been arrested, they even might have been involved in a murder.
I have rather been arrested. Thank you.
Rather unpleasant individuals And this has got the townspeople even more on edge.
So my possible party basically is the detective agency, presumably, is it?
Now, members of the Sleepless Detective Agency have been able to inform you that this bunch of ne'er-do-wells are trying to, not necessarily trying to clear their name, but trying to sort of improve their reputation and make good on the various bad things they've done before. And they've been investigating Fort Halecourse recently, and there seems to have been a major issue there. Whatever's happened, they're not sure, but there's been lots of fighting around the place. However, this bunch of thugs have recently been seen dragging women, uncooperative women, through the streets, and it has not ended well.
Like you see in front with me.
You have been told that you can generally find them resting at the Silver Wagon. As for the rest of you, you may be resting at the Silver Wagon tonight, or you might be resting at Holissa's place. I'm not sure. However, Winter Klashka can perform a little more healing if people have need. And I think they have need.
Oh, yeah.
Hit point wise, I do not. She got me last time. However, attribute wise, I do.
Scott. Eric can regain 18 hit points through the wonderful miracles of Pharasma there. Because he seriously needs it. And then we'll do a few healing bursts as well. Everyone can regain 9 health, and I can do 3 more if needed.
If I rest, then I'll be fine.
Let's see here. I would have, if she was taking to doing channel, then I will be sure to get Mr. Cotton out before she does so I can claim that.
Okay. Although that scares the crap out of Halissa.
Okay.
Now, this has actually put most of you near or at full health.
Yes.
That wasn't a question, but yeah. So the question now is, do you want to rest, or do you want to just surge back in there and try and finish it off? I will warn you before you make this decision that some of the villains in there, some of the monsters you faced, were pretty damn dangerous. Plus, there's still some ooze in there that, for some reason, didn't show up and do anything last time.
I'll let them decide. I have no clue because I didn't go with.
Well, you were there in character, you just weren't there as a player. That's why I'm filling you in on information.
I'm just kind of about leaving Winter by herself.
It's okay. Just yeah, either way works for me. You know.
When I sent the bar, I asked after the barkeep, I said, where are the people who went to Fort Halecourse? Are they in here around here somewhere? And I look around.
Dina Gallagher shrugs and she says, I don't know. They didn't come in earlier. They went out this morning. Don't know where they've been.
Okay.
I guess we'll have to stop by the inn.
Sounds good.
Well, do you want to go to the back up there tonight, or wait more?
if we wait till tomorrow, they heal, but we get we get a chance to heal and rememorize certain abilities. So,
more importantly, you need to remember that the creatures in the fort don't know if you've told the townsfolk yet, and they have to act on the assumption that you probably have, which means you don't know what they're going to do, but it could be something drastic.
Is my sword finished yet? Is my sword finished yet?
You know what? Why don't you go over to the forge and check? Yes, it is finished. Absolutely.
Great, I'll give back the shitty sword to him.
That makes total sense. Yeah, you give him the shitty sword, and the apprentice is just pleased to have forged this new sword for you. It's a long, slender chopping blade that is attached to a gauntlet that is locked in a grip, and it restricts the use of your wrist somewhat, and it's not the best sword ever, but it's really impressive. And he does say that if you like, he can try and work on an even better sword that won't be so restrictive on the wrist. But he's happy for you to take this. This is the best thing he's ever made, and he's really chuffed to bits.
I think I'll give him a bit of a payment for it then.
Cool. Do we have the information on it? Because I know me and Evan worked it out.
Evan did. I don't remember what he did with it.
Yeah, Evan, do you have the information on the Patar sword? Because I don't have it on my notes here.
One moment.
I'm just going to be replacing the failed short sword with it. I believe it was treated as like a kind of combination sword and buckler, but with a -1 attack penalty for the.
Hang on.
Might not have even had that.
I'm trying to locate it. I think I put it privately with you, so there it is.
Yeah.
I found it.
Okay, rattle it off to me.
It's a one-handed exotic weapon.
Yep.
Cost 8 gold. Its damage is 1d8. Threats on a 20 for ×3. It is attached, so it cannot be disarmed, and it counts also as an equipped buckler.
Okay, got it.
So it's shield AC +1, which gives the normal problems of a buckler.
Great. Have that.
So I'll go grab buckler information.
Okay.
You'll need to create a
Already on it.
buckler whip. Yep.
Okay.
So while a buckler has no armor check penalty and a AC bonus of 1, you can use your shield arm to wield a weapon, whether you're using it as an offhand weapon or you're using your offhand to help wield a two-handed weapon. But you take a -1 penalty to attack rolls while doing so, and this stacks with any offhand fighting penalties.
Got it. So yeah,
But if she uses it as a weapon, she cannot also use it as a shield. There's that round. There's the whole feat tree.
In this case, I am allowing it to be used as a shield because it's built into the weapon, you know. But it is an exotic weapon, which unfortunately means it's awkward and you're not used to using it yet. So it's going to take a while until you can gain an exotic weapon. You're going to have difficulty using it to begin with.
If at a later point she takes the buckler feat tree, there's a whole style of feats, she'll be able to perform shield bash attacks with the buckler in addition.
Okay, so I've
But not at this time.
put that sword. Does attack penalty because you're not fully trained in its use yet, but it's a really... It's
How
got...
much?
Oh, no.
What kind of attack penalty are you talking?
I believe it's a -4 attack penalty for not being proficient. But the party level 3 or 4 at the moment. Level 4. When you hit level 5, take exotic weapon training and cancel.
Alright.
How close are you guys to level 5? Just out of interest. Yeah, apparently there's a call quality issue.
I can hear it too.
Is it when only he's talking, or is it when I'm talking?
When he's talking.
Okay, so if you were to hang up, Raph, would it sever your video feed?
Nope.
Okay,
So I'll be back soon.
Yeah, so just step.
How's that?
Yeah.
We'll see in time. Don't know yet.
Better.
No.
Or because...
It hasn't helped. It sounds like somebody's turning on and turning off your microphone rapidly.
Ah, great.
Yeah.
Probably another headset dying.
That's not good.
I'm going to thank the smith and pay him 8 gold.
Oh, he is extremely... and gives 3/4 of it to his boss. Because he's only an apprentice.
And if he does manage to create another weapon, I'd be happy to buy it as well.
So, sorry.
Can't hear you.
So you all head off to get some rest. Many of you go back to the Silver Wagon, where you meet up with someone whose player is currently
I'm still here
popped
for the moment.
away.
I'm still here. I'm going to be going in a moment, but if you're coming back to us now, I'll be here. Stay. I'm going to get myself a drink.
Man, it's been so full I haven't been able to reduce it quite a lot, but now it's gone back down again, so that's good. I couldn't reduce it 2 or 3 times earlier.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to let you all get a good night's rest and recover abilities. However, Winter has suggested that you all come visit her in the morning.
Okay.
Especially Eric.
Ooh, especially Eric. Ooh.
Okay.
Is the guy who played Virgil still in the game?
That's Michael Pagoni. He turns up an hour or 2 late because of his work. He has indicated that might... so we don't know. It'd be nice to know, because when he turns up he can be fun. So
That's where I've been sleeping, is at his workshop, so...
Yep. That's okay. So people get to recover from ability damage if they have it. They get a point back each, remembering that it goes in 2s. I'm not going to touch his token. We can deal with that when he turns up.
I'm at 21 hit points. Yay!
Hooray!
2 more to go.
I do have a question, because I just realized this by looking at the map. What fort was it that we were trying to get into?
Fort
Only
Hale
one
Course.
fort on the map.
Okay.
It's here. The Silver Wagon where you're resting is here, just kind of down the road from it, really. And
I'm gonna go.
Holissa's house is here.
I'll sleep up under a tree close to the fort so I can keep an eye on it.
Okay. Well, this just got complicated.
Well, the elements won't do anything to me. That doesn't mean there ain't anything else out there.
Would you like to make a new character? There is a dangerous flesh-eating ooze could come down and if you sleep there.
Well, I don't do that, so.
You do. You've seen it. You've seen it in action.
Yeah, it wasn't at Virgil's workshop. It was at the fort. So he's saying if you sleep too close to the fort, you might die.
Well, not directly at the fort. I'm talking about like this cropping of trees down here.
Okay, okay.
So I can see it down the road, but I'm not right there up on it.
Okay, so in that case, during the night, you hear you see some of the houses near the fort have been attacked, and a few occupants have even been dragged out into the streets and brutally murdered, but the assailants have fled back to the fort fearing retaliation. This is going beyond picking off a few people who might have been.
I'm hearing about every other word.
I can barely hear.
God's sake. Right. I'm going to stop recording and see if it has a microphone issue, okay? Back in a bit. Okay guys, I'm back. That's unfortunate. I'll order a new...
You going what?
Did anybody...
Briefly caught bits and pieces of you ordering something new.
Alright.
At the end of you saying the word back, it cut out. I thought I was on. I thought I was on open mic, but I wasn't.
How did you get that?
Alright. Try again next time, guys. Well, I went back and listened to recording, and I was hearing harsh disruption on the cut-offs. Like the microphone was distorting when it cut out. You know, like thunderous discharge kind of thing. It's like, yeah, this is done, you know. So I will order a new one tomorrow. It'll take a few days to arrive. Hopefully I'll be okay on Friday. This is going to affect videos on my channel for a bit, but hey. This might explain actually some issues where people said the music was so loud they couldn't hear my voice. It's like maybe they couldn't hear it because the microphone wasn't working.
Maybe. You've only cut out like 2 or 3 times during the course of since you came back. While the video was going, or the recording was going, yeah, it was just...
Oh, it's going again now. I'm just saying that... yeah. You know, when I went back and listened to the section near... It was really... Yeah, bad.
Right.
What?
Well, at least we got everybody together. We got a chance to get the thing started. We got a little bit into it. Unfortunately, this time it's GM issues. Yeah, technical GM issues as opposed to player issues.
But for now, yeah, probably best to just stop for... I had plans and everything. It's not fair.
Well, hey, you know, now it's every week and not every other week, and we don't have to wait 2 weeks.
Yeah. And
that's a bonus.
Once I stop this recording, I'll be logging onto Amazon and ordering another £9 replacement headset. Oh, look at me, the big spender. No, look, I'm not scared. Works, and I can get more expensive that I work for myself now, you know. Alright.
Right.
We're guys.
Yep, I got you.